sellers, and welcome back to the third episode of Sellers Buzz. In today's session, we will be talking about something that I myself am very much intrigued about. That is a masterclass on how you can drive external traffic to your Amazon listings. We all know that social media has been growing end on end every year and has become pretty much a marketing tool for us now. So, today, here we are to talk all about it. I'm Sagarika Mishra, Business Development Manager at SellerApp, and your host for today. Joining me is William Gassner, the CMO at Stack Influence, and he has been a fellow seller himself. So, say hi to William.
How's it going, everyone?
William, how has it been over the past few years? Amazon is pretty much to its prime day, and I know for a fact that influencer marketing is something that people are very active about when Prime Day is around. So, how has that been going for you?
It's been a crazy time. Definitely lots of sellers trying to get their act together to prepare for one of the biggest days in the Amazon ecosystem. So, lots of new campaigns popping up, lots of new strategy discussions, and yeah, it's a wild time for to be an Amazon seller.
Has it been keeping your influencer network busy as well?
Definitely, nonstop collaborations, lots of opportunities for influencers in all different types of product niches. So we're really excited about it, and this is one of the best times of the year.
Awesome. I also have Seller App's Director of Marketing, Priyanka Bora, on the session, and she will be talking about Google Ads as well as Amazon advertising. So, welcome, Priyanka. What are your thoughts about the Prime Day?
Oh, I'm excited. I think last year was great, and I did a session recently where I talked about hopefully, having the same categories repeat itself. So I think there will be some good categories to watch out for. So pretty excited for that metrics to show up. And I think today, as William said, we both will be discussing some things, some strategies that you could possibly use social media and stuff like that to, drive external traffic to your Amazon listings and pages. And that would be really helpful for you not just now, but also post Prime Day. So I think I'm really excited for the session. Hi, William.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good, very good.
Sorry, there was a little glitch at my end, but I'm finally here. So excited to be here.
Excited
So
to be
are
here
we.
as
I'm
well.
really excited to get this session off the ground.
Yep.
Cool.
So, first off, we'll be starting off with why is it important for external traffic to be driven to Amazon stores and how you can use influencer marketing for the same. So, Priyanka, I'm going to be putting you in the green room for a bit. And William, it is up to you. Let us know all about influencer marketing, about driving external traffic. And I'm sure our sellers will be here to take a lot of notes about this.
Sounds like a plan. Let me share my screen
Mhm.
and we will get going.
We already have somebody who's really excited to learn all about this session. Hi, Ken.
Awesome. Can everyone see my screen?
I can.
Perfect. Great. Well, just quick intro. My name is William Gasner. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and co-founder of Stack Influence. Stack Influence is a platform that automates micro influencer collaborations at scale. So today we're going to be discussing why it's important not only to drive external traffic to Amazon and some of the best tactics to do so, but how influencers are one of the best strategies as well. And we'll be diving into alternative strategies because you really want to kind of work with multitude of different tactics to drive traffic because nowadays it's insanely valuable, especially on the Amazon side. So check. So high level overview of external traffic. Why is it important? Really, competition on Amazon is more fierce than it ever has been. There's almost 3,000 new Amazon sellers that enter the marketplace every single day. And really, to stay ahead, you need to be investing in the best external traffic strategies. Also, rumor has it that Amazon's A9 algorithm is now prioritizing external traffic sales over normal sales, meaning generating sales from your social channels, from search engines, from email is more impactful on ranking. And so, a really important thing to be pursuing these days. Um, Another kind of ode to why Amazon is valuing these types of traffic. They've rolled out what is called the attribution link program, which is an advertising and analytics measurement solution. And what it does is it gives marketers insights into how their non-Amazon marketing channels perform on Amazon. Also, along with that attribution program, they have released what is called the Brand Referral Bonus Program. What this does is gives brands an opportunity to earn a bonus from non-Amazon marketing efforts and improve their advertising efficiency. So this referral bonus program actually credits a brand on average 10% of your sales traffic that you drive to Amazon through some sort of external traffic channel. It can be as high as 30% for products like Amazon device accessories, trying to incentivize kind of pushing their own products, and as low as 3% for jewelry and fine art. But again, on average, that's a 10% savings just from any sort of external traffic that you're driven over through this program. Also helps you accelerate growth by improving the efficiency of your non-Amazon marketing efforts. Um, so how do you actually apply for this new brand referral bonus program? Really three main core features. It's still in beta, so they have yet to launch it internationally. So you have to be a USA seller to actually use the program. You also have to be enrolled and accepted into the Amazon brand registry program through the self-serve identification. Um, Many brands have already kind of been incentivized to do that, but definitely a requirement that you have to do in order to get approved for this. And last but not least, you have to have your Amazon attribution link set up. All traffic must have an Amazon attribution link tag in order to qualify for a bonus. So got to set all those up before you can kind of get access to this bonus. And then you're off to the races. Launch your brand referral bonus and attribution program. So, in terms of influencers, one of the best ways to drive, honestly, external traffic, besides running Google, Facebook, Instagram, social ads, is through influencer marketing. So, influencer marketing is, in the scheme of things, a new type of marketing channel, but has been around for numerous years. You can work with a variety of different types of influencers. So they span from celebrity or what are called mega influencers, who you can pay to promote to their audience, or micro or nano influencers who many times are actually willing to collaborate just for a free product. You also work with influencers on a variety of social platforms, each with a different benefit. So most popular, honestly, being Instagram and YouTube these days, which is where most of kind of the collaborations are happening. And so why really is influencer marketing actually beneficial, and why are brands many times shifting ad budgets, even though still valuable to be running ads, but many people are actually allocating large chunks of their budgets over to influencer marketing initiatives. And the real reason behind this um, is that first off, instead of just an ad where you're just driving sales, with influencers, you're actually getting a multitude of value, not only of the sales generation, but also brand awareness, increased brand trust, and user generated content, which is that imagery, video, testimonial content that you can actually reutilize for other marketing channels, including your ads, which has been shown, and I can give you some stats momentarily, to actually perform better for certain advertising campaigns and marketing campaigns compared to kind of professional content that you may have a photo shoot for, right? Also, with influencers, you can run very highly targeted promotions, since people have different types of influencers have very specific focuses and audiences. And this targeting is obviously extremely valuable, not only to find your ideal customer, um, but also because some of the online ad channels have become getting worse at their targeting just due to device privacy restrictions. As an example, 96% of iOS 14 users opted out of tracking since they rolled that kind of new update out in 2020. So ad targeting is actually incrementally getting less effective, and that's where influencer marketing kind of be a nice replacement for that targeted customer base. Secondarily, influencer marketing is actually cheaper than most online ad forms. Ad forms also have actually increased by 48% this year. So, but even before that increase, overall influencer marketing was almost on every single metric cheaper for influencers, whether that was a click, a page view, a like, or an impression. An influencer predominantly is bringing that in for less. On average, there's a stat that says social media advertising is 3 times more expensive than actual influencer marketing. And last but not least, for influencers, you don't actually have to deal with ad blockers, which 33% of people now use. And your promotions are actually more trusted by consumers. And a stat says that 82%, after a survey was sent, 82% of people think ads are more disruptive these days. So, kind of high level overview of influencers in general. And now we'll get into kind of my favorite form of influencers, which is the micro. So, why micros are actually the best. All my influencers can be valuable, but micro influencers really just give you the best bang for your buck. First off, micro influencers have higher engagement rates, resulting in better conversions. And that's really due to their tight knit follower base. It's like mostly their friends, their family, their close acquaintances who are following these micro influencers. They're very much everyday average people. So they're more authentic, they're more trustworthy, and more relatable. And many of them will actually promote their products without getting paid, just collaborating for in exchange for your product without any monetary compensation. Um, which kind of adds to the promotion actually being more of a testimonial and less of this kind of monetarily incentivized plug. I mean, when you're getting paid to do something, you might not actually care about the product, right? Whereas when the product is actually your compensation, it means you truly care, right? And so that obviously adds to more of an authentic type of promotion. Micro influencers also result in more word of mouth marketing, which really has been the most powerful form of marketing since the dawn of history, right? You trust your friend when they tell you or give you advice over most other forms of advertising. And also, micro influencers may become actually lifelong customers of our brand because since they're doing it for, or many of them are doing it for the product itself, they may actually use that product throughout their life and then promote it more often than an actual larger influencer would. So a few stats and kind of information, kind of diving deeper into micros, and really to back up all those thoughts I just mentioned. 92% of consumers trust micro influencers more than ads. They promote or provide 3 times more social engagement compared to larger influencer counterparts. And 70% of micro influencers will promote just for a free product, saving obviously a lot of money. Last but not least, and I kind of mentioned this before, but that user generated content, that imagery or video or testimonial content that an influencer will or micro influencer will generate, will actually get 78% higher engagement and increase online ad conversions by 5 times over professional content ads. It's an industry stat that was kind of run, I think, in 2020. So micro influencers are amazing, but there are definitely a few challenges when dealing with them. So few challenges, high level. Um, First off, challenges really stem from the concept that, or the reality that the name of the game with micro influencers is you want to scale them up. And you want to scale them because you're dealing with a smaller audience reach. And so you want to collaborate with a lot of them to actually have an effective marketing campaign. So when you're attempting to work with a lot of micro influencers, it can be very difficult to find the right people for specific niche brands. Also, can be very difficult to vet them for engagement, fake followers, profile aesthetics, etc., as well as to convey requirements and make people follow them, including kind of government regulations like FTC guidelines. You have to use specific ad or sponsored disclosures, and when you're doing that with lots of people, that can be actually quite a hassle. And then, last but not least, just simply managing these collaborations at scale and measuring results is one of the biggest challenges. So there are a few ways to run micro influencer campaigns. The cheapest way is really to build one internally in-house with your customers, your newsletter subscribers, or your social followers. You may, though, not have enough of these types of people to make something an effective campaign. As I mentioned, you really want to scale this up. And you will face many of the problems I just mentioned and it can be insanely time consuming to run effectively because again, you're really needing to vet them, to source them, to manage them. Like you can do it cheaper because you may have actually that pool of your own customer base, but it will really spend a lot of time, or you'll spend a lot of time actually trying to make this effective tactic. Alternatively, you can hire a marketing agency. However, that can be very, very expensive and maybe completely unaffordable unless you do have a large marketing budget. And then last but not least, you can use influencer marketing platform similar to Stack Influence. Influencer software platforms are the most effective way, in my opinion, to get a campaign up and running. But unfortunately, many of them still require you to manage everything yourself. They do kind of provide almost like a CRM. They'll give you access to influencers, but you still have to communicate with them. You have to kind of negotiate fees with them. And you have to manage kind of the collaborations, making sure they actually post on time, get your product, etc. Which is really why at Stack Influence, we built a platform to be 100% automated to kind of solve all of those issues and make it in an affordable way so that you can actually pursue this without kind of losing an arm and a leg in budget. So a little bit about Stack Influence. Um, we are a platform, as I mentioned, that manages collaborations between micro-influencers and online brands from A to Z. We have built an AI matchmaking and vetting system to source and activate authentic micro-influencers. Um, and our automated platform enables 6 times social promotion scale on average compared to kind of doing it yourself, or honestly, even running it with some of alternative influencer softwares, and you save 74% on cost savings on average. Um, our campaigns are totally hands off, and what that means is we do everything from sourcing and vetting to managing and analyzing all micro influencer collaborations. And we provide you with a tracking dashboard to monitor your campaigns, accumulate all your final social posts, analyze your results, and download all of those high valuable UGC assets. And we give you full rights license to reutilize that. So a great platform, highly recommend it. But I would recommend checking out some other platforms and seeing which one is the best fit for you because different ones do different things, and maybe just testing out, building out your own program in-house as just to see if influencer marketing is the right fit for you. But in my opinion, it's the right fit for everyone. And just a quick case study to show you some valuable, specifically with driving influencer promotions onto a channel or online marketplace like Amazon. So this case study was done from or done based off of a campaign we ran for an up and coming cereal company called Magic Spoon. 5 months, Magic Spoon activated 724 micro influencers. Again, a lot of influencers. You want to actually do this kind of a scalable promotion. This generated over 1 million social media impressions, lots of traffic there. The campaign also resulted in their average unit sales month over month on Amazon increasing by 40%, and their bestseller ranking during the time period jumped by almost 6 times. Last but not least, Magic Spoon actually started showing up on the first page for an insanely highly competitive keyword, the vague keyword breakfast, which has 27,000 monthly searches. And that kind of correlated with that bestseller ranking growth. So a super successful campaign and just shows you some of kind of the results that influencers can actually provide to a channel like Amazon, and especially during kind of this up and coming for Prime. Highly recommend kind of trying to get some campaigns up and running before that Prime Day. And yeah, that's about it. I know questions may be held to the end, but happy to answer anything now. And feel free to also get in touch with us. Our website is stackinfluence.com. You can email me directly at william@stackinfluence.com. And happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you for that, William. I really love the presentation. There were so many things that I myself have taken a note of. I did have a couple of questions for you based on what you spoke about. First one would be about the brand referral program itself. So when somebody enrolls for this, do they get instant gratification in terms of, say, the 10% that you spoke about, or is there like a timeline for it?
So there is you get it instantly when someone actually
Mm-hmm.
purchases through that kind of attribution link. But there is an actual, if someone makes a purchase throughout, and don't quote me on this, but I believe it's a 15-day threshold window. When they actually like, if they click that link and then buy something within that 15 days, you actually also get that basically bonus push to your account. So it's kind of very similar to their affiliate program where you're kind of like driving traffic, getting kickback, but it also is not just if they only have the chance to buy it within like 5 minutes of them clicking the link, right? Like it actually
Okay.
lasts for a longer period of time. But that that actual payout is should be instantaneous.
I completely agree. It's a bigger incentive than what people get as an Amazon associate. Also, when you did talk about Stack Influence, you spoke how people can get started with your platform. Is there a particular amount of time that you need once somebody contacts you to kind of find the right fit for them?
Yes, so not every niche does work. As I mentioned, micro influencers are great at very kind of specific targeting. But when you are compensating people just with a free product, there are just some products that unless you are paying them a bunch of money, they are not willing to totally promote. More so specifically things kind of like that are very sensitive, maybe like in their personal life, they don't actually want to portray on their social media profiles. So there are some vetting there and restrictions onto what products we can take on and also scale. And again, that is kind of the name of the game there. Um, but how our process works is once you sign up, we can actually launch a campaign within 5 days. So in that 5 days, we kind of have an onboarding period where we build out custom landing pages for you. These are educating influencers on what your brand's about, what your products are about, what your posting requirements you'd like, and content suggestions. Um, Also kind of we start in those 5 days, start sourcing influencers, start building out a campaign to actually do something at scale. And then once you give us approval, that kind of all the information we're going to convey to influencers is correct, we are off to the races.
Awesome. So just a week to get started and get some results going. That's a pretty good turnaround. And last but not least, you did speak about how external traffic has become so important. What are your thoughts about Buy with Prime?
With Buy with Prime, definitely a really, really valuable new program. Now Amazon is kind of integrating into all of the normal D2C websites and going to honestly not only kind of revolutionize how e-commerce is done, and they're going to take a bit more market share than they already have in the online world. But it's definitely a very valuable thing to implement because many companies now, like Amazon, is their bread and butter, right? Like most of your inventory is with kind of FBA, and so, but a website is still also a very valuable thing because Amazon does limit some of kind of the branding that you can portray, right? You do have some control over that, but a website you have much more control, and so. And brands or consumers actually relate, I feel, more to kind of this personal aspect of a website. But
Mhm.
then with this new Buy with Prime, um, you actually can kind of integrate the Amazon benefits into your own D2C website and get those kickbacks and integrate with your fulfillment centers. So pretty excited to see how this plays out, and an amazing new Amazon feature.
So am I. I saw that they've recently started off with it and people are finally getting their buttons and can't wait to see how this progresses. Well,
Definitely.
William, thank you so much for that presentation. I'm going to put you in the green room for a bit for Priyanka to present, and then I'll bring you back up for the Q&A session.
Sounds like a plan.
Mhm. Priyanka, hello.
Ah,
Thank you for waiting. I'm pretty sure you also got some insights from William's presentation.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's funny that I'm going to cover some of those points that it's already mentioned, but yes, I'm going to piggyback on that a little bit.
I do know that we will be discussing about Google Ads in your session as well. I know Buy with Prime is also going to be launching on Google soon. So, what do you think about that?
I think, and as Billy mentioned, it's a great thing, right? I mean, incorporating that thing with other e-commerce websites, it just allows for a more seamless way of, making your brand more aware, creating that awareness, having more visibility, making that option available to be able to purchase through multiple websites and all is a really good, a tactic that, people can incorporate and get their sales up and getting more conversions, getting more visibility and so on.
True, Amazon truly is everywhere now.
It is.
So, in your session, I know we'll be talking about some things that have been growing end on end. One is, of course, Amazon advertising. Who doesn't want to learn about that? And you will also be talking about some other factors that you can use in terms of getting external traffic. So I'm going to leave you to it, and I'm looking forward to some great insights.
Sure. All right, I'm going to just share my screen and then let me know if
Mhm.
it's up here. Okay. Are you able to see my PPT?
Yep, here it is.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. So first and foremost, before I go there, just a little bit of introduction about myself. I'm Priyanka Bara, Director of Marketing here at SellerApp. Prior to this, I was working in finance and multiple very financial roles, but over the last 3 years, I've been a digital marketing specialist. I've also headed a company as a CEO of Opal Advertising and Marketing. And now this is my gig or stint here with SellerApp, and I'm truly, truly enjoying it. Moving on to the presentation, as I mentioned, before I get to talking about what are some of the SellerApp specific strategies, I did want to cover about Google Shopping ads. I'm not sure how many of you are really using this or have used it, but I would definitely like to hear or see, your comments in the comment section if you have used this tactic before and how it really panned out for you guys. So, all right. First and foremost, what's Google Ads, right? So, Google Shopping ads or product listing ads, they're Google's paid shopping campaign program, really showcasing and promoting your product. They're located on the top of those paid search and those organic listings. Some of those major benefits that you would see on advertising on Google Ads would be, of course, the most significant advantage would be that you can access a much wider audience, new searches, and direct prospects to any website. If you're only using Amazon ads and you're limiting yourself to Amazon customers who probably don't even leave that site, so that would be, I would say, a detrimental. So definitely these are giving you access to a wider audience. They will also increase your website's monthly traffic and really allow you to upsell your products in your store. And what's more, these shoppers who don't really complete a purchase, it still gives you the chance to capture their information and without a conversion through pop-ups and chatbots and so on. So there's a limited possibility for merchants selling exclusively on the Amazon platform. Now, two ways that you can really achieve this is one would be the affiliate program and also using your own website store. So if you look at that, one technique often used is the affiliate Google Ads program, which is what it typically means is you're creating a specific landing page and you can also utilize the Google Shopping via Amazon, creating a landing page that would typically advertise your product, show your product reviews and descriptions and so on, and also has those affiliate links to Amazon. And what would be the typical result of that? Of course, you get to advertise your own page with, matching display URLs, circumventing those restrictions and affiliate links while directing those interested traffic to Amazon. And then also by using your own website and store, what you want to typically do is sign up to a merchant center. You want to, of course, create the website and then set up a Google merchant store. And then you want to sign up to that merchant store, select show your products in the free product listings on Google, add your business information there, add your products out there, and then also verify your website. So then from after doing all of these things, you'll be able to upload all those Amazon formatted product feeds to your merchant center account. Now, that would just give you a lot of visibility and accessibility. And this way you'll start to see more traffic coming in and of course resulting in more sales and conversions post that. So this was just the Google Shopping ad part that I wanted to talk about. And also now I want to move on to finding powerful and high converting keywords. And I think keyword is the most important aspect, or even creating a listing or including them in your product listing. What they are typically, and for all those who don't know, it's really a process. It's really I'm sorry, for Amazon, you want to create all these to give you that search results that contain relevant and high converting product listings. You want to include them all in your product listings. You want to optimize them using the right keywords. It's extremely important because when you're doing all of those search optimization, your product will end up coming up on those search pages, on those Amazon SERPs, which makes it the first product that a potential customer sees when they're searching for that particular search term on the Amazon store. Now, again, all of this results in the same thing. They lead to higher conversions and so on. But typically, how you want to do an Amazon research also is extremely important. And I will talk about that in just a minute. Why you want to do it first. So, and why you want to use these keywords is just because, again, just like Google, Amazon also is a search engine, is not just a marketplace. So, let's take an example of what I want to search for. So let's say if I'm searching for a foldable camping chair. Now, one buyer may search the exact same phrase or use the exact same keyword, a foldable camping chair, but another one could also be, there could be other users would probably be searching for, let's say, just camping chairs or a foldable outdoor chair or even a small portable chair. Now, all of these search terms indicate that they're looking for a product just like the one that you are selling. So you typically want to include all of these keywords in your product listing or your back-end search terms. Okay, A9 algorithm. Again, A9 algorithm is Amazon's system to really decide how the products are ranked in their search results. Now it uses keywords in really deciding which results are the most relevant for the customer search term and displays those first. So it's a business that that they're pretty much interested in, which promoting those products. Amazon want to promote every product that are most likely to convert or more likely to lead to a sale. So Amazon products with like strong sales history and conversion rates higher will typically try to propagate that each and every time. Now, some of those factors that you want to consider while for ranking on the algorithm would of course be like a good keyword match. It would be a higher relevancy score. Other factors that would also be part of this would be like a good sales history, reviews and ratings, and so on, and customer experience factors like cancellations, ODRs, returns, etc. Again, factors to consider while researching keywords. I think the search volume of the keywords, search volume trends of the keywords, difficulty, relevancy, and all of these are extremely important factors to consider while you are having the important keyword in your product listing. And this is a good formula for creating a good keyword, right? It should be long tail. They're more than one word in length. I'm sorry, I just that. Another thing that I want to talk about is the buyer intent keyword. Now, why this proves to be a very important factor is because they are those search queries that really show that someone is actively looking to make a purchase. Now, once you know that buyer intent keywords, you know what your ideal customers are using, and you also start to target them particularly with relevant content or paid ads. Now, how do you really distinguish between keywords and high commercial intent? Or you really need to think about the ideal customer journey, the buying behavior, and so on. And also, someone in the research phase of their customer journey is really looking for information about a problem that they have or a product that may think that can solve their problem. So they know enough about the basis of that issue and they can really research it. So now, as an example, if I tell you, if someone's really searching for buy now PS5, or let's say a gift for a girlfriend, a particular gift for a girlfriend. Now, all those that now you know that the person is really intending to buy something for someone special. So that also can be attributed to a buyer intent keyword. Moving on. Now, there are ways of doing Amazon research. You can do it manually. You can do it automatically. It's perhaps the easiest way to do a keyword research. Although some of those manual methods that have been mentioned can get you started, but an automated way, an automated tool like SellerApp can also not only create a long list of potential keywords, but also provide you an in-depth data for those keywords. For example, some of the metrics that would be entailing that would be like the search volume, the cost per click rates, competition, what competition is using. You can typically use those keywords to target that particular keywords and use them in your own listings and so far. Now, optimizing your listing and the importance of that. Again, why you optimize your listings, you want to make sure that you are getting the more visibility you're making your product more desirable, more discoverable. Amazon also uses this product listing content to really decide the search rank when a customer searches for the product. The product list content should really be something aimed at providing more like relevant information about the product, the description about the product, but also hit on the right SEO components of Amazon, just so that more and more people are visiting your page and their product listing while searching for it. So it makes it more discoverable and desirable, which of course in turn will lead to more conversions and sales too. Also, another factor that why indexing is so important for optimizing those listings. Now, checking the indexing status on Amazon for well converting keywords is an important factor because it ensures that your listings are very well optimized. Increasing the number of keywords that are indexed increases the chance of potential customers really finding those index keywords and really concentrating more on those conversion rates rather than high search volume. So indexing is not really just, what am I call it, just do it once and forget it type of a process. You need to, keep abreast of it. You need to keep checking on it, just because Amazon also tends to keep updating their algorithms. And so you want to make sure that you are on top of it when you're indexing those listings. Importance of good product images and videos. I can't harp upon the fact that why this is such an important factor. Now, Amazon, of course, is an online store. You don't really get to see and touch and feel the product. It's intangible. And so you want to make sure that your images and video quality is on point, just so you get closely representation of your product. And it is a very important factor in attracting potential customers to your page, because that is the only visual representation, and you want to make sure that they're as appealing as they can be. So again, just not compromising on the product quality, using a good DSLR camera with white backgrounds. There are a list of guidelines that you can find on the Amazon page where they give you a list of best practices that can be followed for images, video qualities, and so on. And you want to try and include also an infographic or an image that shows the benefits and the value prop or the USP of the product. And as we see on other social media channels, also video ads or video product ads always tend to do a tad bit better than just an image. So having those images, video images on your product listing is one of the best possible ways to, of course, optimize the listing and get more people to come to your product and view your product. They also help shoppers to understand the brand, the product a little bit better, and helps them make more informed buying decisions, and of course, increasing sales. Also, A+ content. So A+ content really allows brand owners to improve their product descriptions with additional content, images, and videos. It really helps you tell the story of the product and better differentiate your product from your competitors. Again, a lot of advantages or benefits, if you may, to use these content. It helps you bring more sales, helps you fight all of those counterfeits that's available in the market. It will get you the product better reviews and ratings, and also reduce the product returns. So again, great way to optimize your listings. And then again, SellerApp listing optimization. Again, it increases your visibility, improves the brand awareness. You convert clicks to sales with detailed analysis. You get a lot of market insights and competition insights through those different metrics that we showcase within the listing optimization piece. And it also gives you a score which kind of tells you what areas you need to improve on and what are the good ones that you want to keep at it. So some of these metrics will help you stay on top of your listings and, of course, generate more sales for you guys. Okay, moving on. Social media marketing to drive external traffic. Now, a lot of these pointers that I'm already talking about has been covered by William, but I will just quickly go over them nevertheless. How you want to direct your Amazon traffic to your external traffic to your Amazon product pages. Now, Amazon attribution program, which I think William also mentioned, one of his pointers, that you want to use all those Amazon non-Amazon channels for the marketing activities. The attribution program can really help you understand how those strategies are leading to shopping activity, buying behaviors. It includes detailed, page views, add to cart, sales metrics to really optimize your non-marketing channels to drive more traffic on your Amazon page. And of course, for Prime Day. So, you want to also be able to learn which channels and publishers are really driving the most value for your business on Amazon. You want to continue investing in those high performing channels and really test to learn how you can improve the performance of those channels. Now, non-Amazon audiences, you also want to get an insight into the non-Amazon audiences part that you're engaging with and outside of Amazon to really see who of those have expressed interest in your products, who visited your storefronts, your details, and also test different ways to engage them further in their customer journeys. And also, I think messaging is a great way. You want to test how those creative messages or visuals across those publishers and non-Amazon channels impact the engagement metrics and how many through that have like driven traffic to your Amazon page. So you want to use all of these learnings to really tailor make those messages towards customers and focus on those who have interest in your product. And those top 5 media marketing tips, of course, maintain a consistent messaging system. You want to engage in all of those groups and communities, start different threads, engage with them, respond to comments, queries, of all of those that you have on your product pages, whether it is a good or a bad review, respond to them too. I wouldn't say that if you get a bad review, you want to remove that off your listing. I would say respond to them. And there are times when we've seen that, people have given a bad review, but if you respond to it and kind of tackle the situation at hand, you've been able to convert the positive review as well. Again, cross promote and post consistently. So these would be some of the best practices or tactics again for utilizing social media to gather or attention more on there to get more traffic to your Amazon pages. Now, some of these Amazon advertising strategies that I really want to talk about, and there are a lot of them. I think advertising can be a whole new presentation, a whole new topic altogether. But I am going to talk about just a few most important ones that I feel deem fit here. And let's get started. Also, again, why you want to leverage those. It will give you more sales, more product visibility. You want to maintain the SERP rank or rank higher if you're not on those top of the pages, and also will create more brand awareness. So the first one that I want to talk about is running campaigns for your top child ASINs. Now, if you don't have the bandwidth to create a combined package for your variations or run individual campaigns for all the variations that you may be offering, then you want to run a PPC campaign for the top performing variation. And now what that typically means is that, or how rather this PPC strategy would provide the variation listing according to your child ASINs. Now you can also create different campaigns for different variations. Now what that does is instead of grouping all of those four, let's say if you have 4 variations, I'm just giving an example. So if you have 4 variations, you want to group them all together in the same ad group, or you can create a separate ad campaign for the others. This will just give you a better control over your ad campaign, over your ACoS and your budget. So let's take an example, and I always use this example of a beef jerky. Let's say you are selling different flavors of a beef jerky. You could have barbecue, cajun, black pepper, and teriyaki. So now what typically happens if you create a separate child ASIN from the parent ASIN, but in the same listing. So you have all of these 4 listings created as a child ASIN for your parent listing. If you run a PPC ad for all those 4 flavors in the same ad group, you will end up competing among each other, right? So what you typically want to do is since only one of the 4 variant is the more popular one or the more more bought one, then you wanna likely compete to win that ad spot. So what would that happen is that will lead to wasted ad spend for you and also an increased ACoS for your entire ad campaign. thus lowering your ads efficiency. So on the other hand, if you really focus on your best efforts on the most popular one, which let's say is the black pepper one, you want to just run a dedicated ad campaign just for that flavor, just so that your listing will get more traffic on Amazon. But with that, what you're doing is really with a broad range of people really visiting your page, and really chances are that some of them might visit the other variations that are available within the same brand, despite that not being the more popular one. So, a customer that is originally probably looking for turkey, black pepper flavor may also very well browse through the other variations where you have these other cajun, teriyaki, and barbecue flavors, and typically might buy some of those as well. So you can create different campaigns for different variations, but instead of grouping all of those 4 flavors together in the same group, you want to create a separate campaign for that, which will also optimize your budget and lower your ACoS a little bit. The second one would be target your own products through product targeting ads. Now, what that is, this is an advanced PPC strategy. Again, it's a pretty ingenious way of really getting exposure to your products on Amazon. We've all heard about this beta feature called, the product targeting ads. In this case, in case you're not aware of that, in this option, it really typically allows you to target customers by specific products and categories, of course. So you want to think product display ad, but just with a lot more control. You can target specific ASINs, and your ads will be displayed on your product pages. So how you can really use this to your advantage. So assuming that you have multiple ASINs, you want to pick those products that are really struggling to get the sales, or those who have poor visibility within search results, and you want to create a product targeting ad for those underperforming products. You want to target your top ASINs and to the products that are really bringing you the highest traffic and conversions. And also, now these ads will also lower product will be displayed on the pages of your top performing ASINs. So let's say you have a product which is doing really well, you can even place that ad on that same product page and maybe on the bottom of the page, so that will tend to get more visibility to the non-performing one, or maybe not as good performing one ASIN. Target your competitor products for better visibility. I think this is a very self-explanatory point. It has significant advantages. You can also just like identify some of those, or the easier way to do is just identify some of those top performing ASINs of a competitor product, which is of course relevant to your product. And then, with the help of pricing, rating, reviews of these bases based on some of these metrics. And you can also run your own manual campaigns targeting those top competitor ASINs to capitalize visibility and improve your own sales through that. In general, like I think CPC tends to be a little lower in ASIN targeting when compared to category targeting. So in terms of that, I think the conversion rate for ASIN targeting is definitely higher than a category targeting. I think the other strategy would be adjusting your bids by ad placement, and I think this also is a very talked about strategy. It's just basically you want to adjust your bids based on the placements. Usually how it will appear on either of the 3 places you advertise, or 3 places. It will either be on the top of the search page, within the rest of the Amazon page, it could be the middle bottom, or on the second page of Amazon, and of course, or in the detail pages, another position search of like add to cart and other places like that. So for every campaign that you run on Amazon, you can view the placement report and really see which of these 3 positionings brought you the most exposure and conversion. Based on that insight, you can typically set a placement multiplier ranging between 0 to like 900% to further improve your odds of landing conversions and increase those brand awareness. The other one would be, of course, rank optimization through Amazon PPC. The idea is here to really have 3 distinctive set of ad campaigns with bids, budgets varying significantly across each of these sets. So the bids and budget assigned for a keyword depends on the search rank of that particular listing in the Amazon search result for that search query. So the first thing you want to do here is track all of those top keywords for your listing and see where they're ranking on Amazon. And then, of course, you want to analyze those page ranks and position of your listing, and then implement whether they want to be on like be on page 5, be on page 2, or just on page 1 and 2, and then you strategize accordingly. And now another pro tip here is that while you're optimizing the campaigns, you want to pay attention to the keywords that are not bringing in any conversions for you or sales, but just getting you maybe the clicks and but are of course costing you as well. So you want to mark them down as negative keywords so you avoid paying for those keywords that are not converting for you. And they're also an essential strategy and important in Amazon PPC and should not be taken lightly or undermined. And yes, I think that brings me to the end of my presentation, and hope these were useful, and hope you implement some of these, and not just during or pre, but also post Prime Day. All of these strategies can come very handy, and you can continue to do these to get the visibility on the top of the search pages, as I mentioned earlier, and reduce your ACOS, increase your ROS, return on ad spend, and get you those conversions that you're all looking out for. All right, I think, should I stop sharing?
Let me do that for you. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Priyanka. Those were a ton of insights that I'm pretty sure once implemented are going to get people some amazing results. I'm going to bring William back onto the screen for the Q&A now. William, how was it? How was Priyanka's presentation? What are your thoughts?
I loved it all, Priyanka. Such a good job.
Too much to cover in such a short span of time, I would say.
Exactly.
There's so much to talk about, and like I said, advertising is such a big topic that I think even an hour or just an entire presentation, you can't do justice through that either. So, and it's such a widely, talked about topic. Everybody wants to know more and more about it. I just hope that these were helpful, and both our audiences could benefit from it.
Definitely. I found value out of it myself, so.
Thank you.
William, I do have a question for you. Somebody wants to know how can they sign up for Stack Influence? So can you walk me through that, please?
Oh, you're on mute, I think.
William, I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that. Simply go to stackinfluence.com. In the top right of our menu page, there is a red button that is brand sign up. That is one way to sign up. Secondarily, you can go to our pricing page and kind of see different options and sign up through there. Once you click on that brand sign up, you will then be prompted to kind of fill out an onboarding form so we can actually approve you. As previously mentioned, basically we can't take on every brand. So you fill that out, kind of give us information about what your targets are, what your brand's about. And then our team will get back to you with whether there is an approval process, and then you will be onboarded onto our platform, and kind of the rest will be taken care of you. The essence of Stack Influence is 100% automation. So yep, that's basically it.
Awesome. I'm sure Crafts will be somebody that you'll be seeing on your list soon. And Priyanka, I think we have somebody who is a Prime Day enthusiast themselves and wants to know how to prepare their listing for the same.
Right. So I think I covered all of those points in the presentation. Again, using the right keywords, using a good product image. You want to make sure your listing is indexed on Amazon, using the right A+ content. You want to make sure that your descriptions are very vivid. You are absolutely close to the product that you're explaining. You want to make sure you talk about the color, the touch and feel, whatever. If it's a fabric, then you explain it very vividly in that description. You want to make sure, of course, you use all of these advertising strategies that I just talked about. So all of these will get you to optimize your product listings.
Awesome. So I think we have had quite a full session today, be it influencer marketing, using your social media platforms, using Google Ads, or Amazon's in-house advertising in itself. Any last words from William or Priyanka before we finish off the session for today?
Just simply good luck out there, and definitely take advantage of all of these different tactics from what I mentioned with influencer marketing and what Priyanka has mentioned with all the other ways to drive external traffic and optimize your listing, which is a very important factor in kind of getting success, especially for the up and coming Prime Day. But honestly, for any day on Amazon, it's a wild west out there, and you want to be prepared, and there's a lot of success to be had.
Priyanka?
He echoed everything that I wanted to say. So there's nothing to add on. I think he's covered it all. And that's exactly what I wanted to say, that these strategies are applicable not just for Prime Day, but even post Prime Day. So you want to keep at it. You want to keep, following these tactics to get up those conversions, to get more visibility of your product, to create more brand awareness, and of course, rank better.
Awesome. So just to remind everybody here, how can they contact you, William?
So you can get in touch with me. The best way is via my email, which is william@stackinfluence.com. You can also, again, go onto our website, send us a message through there. But if you'd like to get in touch directly with me, email is the best form.
And Priyanka, could you remind me how it works for SellerApp?
Yes, so there are 2 emails. I'm going to give you support@sellerapp.com. And if you want to personally write to me or you have a query, then yes, priyanka.bor@sellerapp.com. Both of these email work, and we would love to hear from you. Any query that you have for in terms of, keyword research or some of those metrics that I talked about. Of course, advertising strategies, campaigns. Would love to answer all of your questions and of course get you started with that.
Well, now we have everybody's contact details also on board again. Thank you so much, William and Priyanka, for joining me today and putting up such a good show, covering everything and anything that you could think about Amazon and external traffic. I have a small announcement to make for our users. So I'm going to put both of you back in the green room. And thank you so much for being a part of our event.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It's nice meeting you, William.
Very nice meeting you as well, Priyanka.
So all of you who are watching it out there, on Monday, SellerApp goes live on our Facebook page to talk about different different campaigns and programs that Amazon is coming up with. And if you're interested in learning about all of these, you can always have a look on our channel. It is usually 6:30 p.m. IST. And on Thursdays, we go live on our different platforms on LinkedIn to talk about different features that SellerApp has to offer. So if you're interested in learning either one of those, don't forget to sign up with our platform and we will definitely be giving you updates about it. Until next time, happy selling for everybody. See you soon.